They seem all pretty ready to go. They are waiting for the attacks to come and for the decisive slope to attack.
Lecourt has cracked. She just gets on the radio and says, "That's me. That's all I've got." And that's unfortunate for the Mauritian rider, who was third on this mountain 12 months ago. But she's not going to challenge for glory. We're down to 5 up front. And still Monica Trinca Colonel turning the screw and eliminating another rider from contention. That's a surprise and a shock and a source of concern. Though she'll try and recover as quickly as she can. She'll be scooped up by the group, including her teammate Justin Gehira, very shortly. But remarkable, really, isn't it, just how much of a gap they've put into the best of the rest behind, and that group's starting to fracture as well. Van Aert was doing a great job for Berthe. I wonder if it's Berthe that's trying to see what she can do about leave the rest of those.
Absolutely, that's Berthe with Eva Van Aert in the second group. The pace, of course, set by Monica Trinca Colonel hurted quite a few people here.
It's actually Jayco that's gone for a little bit of a solo raid to try and race across the extraordinary gulf that exists between these teams. Eleonora Jayco trying to vault across. Not going to happen. Monica Trinca Colonel is on the attack once more. What a show of strength and ability. Niamh Fisher-Black and Kasia Niewiadoma just having to take a moment to react to that one. Femke De Vries is absolutely rock solid here. The rider third in line, probably the biggest surprise in this group, is Femke De Vries.
Yes, absolutely, was the biggest surprise, but she's riding really well, and she's marking Elisa Longo Borghini every moment she does. At the moment, she is right on the wheel, pacing.
And here comes Niamh Fisher-Black. She's had quite enough of that. No more of this attack stall. She's decided it's her turn to launch an attack. She's already done one. A couple from Monica Trinca Colonel. One effort so far that we noticed from Elisa Longo Borghini. De Vries and Kasia Niewiadoma following the wheels and looking very strong in doing it to this point in the proceedings. Will Niewiadoma take it up on the front? Because I feel sure that Niamh Fisher-Black is about to stall. And this one is a constant attack stall. Ultimately, their progress is still significant, and they've got a decent gap. Well, a huge gap, isn't it? Approaching half a minute on the best of the rest on this mountain. And just as I say, if they continue to stall, it looks as if Berthe is going to be able to drag herself back into contention. She's managed to haul herself up to Jayco. Haberlin looking solid, the Swiss champion, representing well for the SD Work squad. Is their plan B after the departure of Anna van der Breggen. Fisher-Black happy to launch the attack, not so happy to set the tempo on the front, and the wind may be playing a little bit of a role in the tactics.
Yes, exactly. 4K to go, and of course, like being at the front doesn't help you in getting extra wind and lose some energy, whilst Elisa Longo Borghini and the others are well covered behind and just follow the rhythm and the tempo set by Niamh Fisher-Black. But I reckon that it's soon time for Elisa Longo Borghini to make a move, because she looks like she's waiting for the right moment to attack. Yes.
Few know this hill as well as this rider, who's been an ever-present in this race since its inception in 2023. She's won the race on 2 occasions, and she's won it with her efforts on this particular mountain, and indeed being representative of the UAE Team ADQ squad. She certainly knows the hill. They'll have come and recce'd it. They will have detailed planning, and she'll be getting the word from the team car behind exactly what this one's about. It's Niewiadoma that fires this time. So they looked in danger of letting that group 2 close down the gap, and well, they're not quite going to let them in, and it's Kasia Niewiadoma that is next to take responsibility, you feel, for the attack. De Vries next up. It's a funny way of sharing the workload, but it's effective in maintaining a position. All of these riders, as far as I can tell, yep, they're all in the same position on general classification. Well, De Vries has a 3-second advantage.
3 seconds.
De Vries is second in line here with that yellow jersey. The Visma Lease bike rider has scooped some bonus seconds out the road. They could prove critical. Let's not forget as well the 10, 6 and 4 on offer at the finish line. But all of the other riders started the day 30 seconds down, so basically fundamentally level on time. It's just De Vries has the GC advantage here.
Yeah, she's the virtual head. There she is.
Well, there's Elisa Longo Borghini, and she knows the time to launch, and she opens up a gap of about a bike length or 2, and Kasia Niewiadoma's not able to do it. De Vries tries to fix that one, but here goes Elisa Longo Borghini, and she's not going to let up just yet. Will De Vries be able to get herself back onto the tail of the Italian champion? She's burying herself. She's within a couple of bike lengths, but will she be able to join up? And that's a key moment, because Liv AlUla looks like she's out of breakfast just now. The gap's opening up on the hill, as we see from this helicopter shot. It's going to be tough for anyone to get on terms. Elisa Longo Borghini goes again, and De Vries starts to wilt.
Decisive attack by Elisa Longo Borghini that
Trinca Colonel couldn't do anything about it. Niamh Fisher-Black in picture here, also toiling on the mountain. And the hill will decide. And when Elisa Longo Borghini decided to launch, well, there is nothing to touch this rider in this kind of form. Different preparation this year. Liv AlUla and Femke De Vries are managing to ride their way back into contention here. Liv AlUla has recovered the better, and she looks a little bit fresher as things currently stand, but the grimace on her face tells a story. She is absolutely at the end of her tether. Will we have a reset? Will Monica Trinca Colonel be able to make her way back in? Niamh Fisher-Black isn't too far behind the Italian rider, but it's Elisa Longo Borghini that has set her stall out and just announced herself as the strongest rider. Almost at the point where De Vries was back in, Elisa Longo Borghini goes again. So it's now the champion of the Giro d'Italia against the champion of the Tour de France from 2 years ago. And which one is going to prevail over the final 3 kilometers?
these are the steepest sections, and you can see also the efforts they both put in. It's also important for the other riders to just keep control of the situation and not to go too far out of the limits. It's important to pace up the climb and trying to reach the easiest slopes, but it's super hard when you have a killer pace set by Elisa Longo Borghini that tries again.
She's gone again. She tried to play a little bit of poker with it, didn't she? Go alongside and say, you know, I can go shoulder to shoulder with you to the top of the mountain. Elisa Longo Borghini, well, you can't get a kidder. She knew all about that one, and she sensed that she is the dominant force here. And as the gradient grips again with 3 kilometers to go, Elisa Longo Borghini takes to the pavement, but there won't be any penalty for that. It's a free run here, and I think Liv AlUla does in pursuit of her. And will she be able to toil her way back in? She doesn't give up too easy, does the Polish champion. It's national champions everywhere, isn't it? The Polish champion against the Italian champion. And she's back on and back in.
They are two absolute champions. And Elisa tries again. It's incredible.
The second she gets back on terms, Elisa Longo Borghini launches again, and will that be one more attack and maybe a final attack for Elisa Longo Borghini? It's the most amount of advantage she's had on this hill, and she immediately scampers clear to what, maybe 20 meters, 30 meters clear, and rising up to 10 seconds almost of an advantage. Still 2.5 kilometers to go. It's a long, long way to the top of the mountain from here, but Elisa Longo Borghini's been here before, and she knows exactly how to ride this one. De Vries hasn't given up on this one either. She's still in touch with Liv AlUla and potentially on course for second overall. Mind you, neither two has Monica Trinca Colonel measuring her effort to perfection on this climb as well.
This climb has to be like a work of passion, not only on the legs but especially on the mind, because when Liv AlUla saw Elisa Longo Borghini so close but then attacking one more time, it was like really painful, not just for the legs but just also psychologically, when you just can't anymore. But she's trying to deal with the efforts and trying to manage the efforts to be not so far away, as well as she's doing. Also Monica Trinca Colonel and Femke De Vries.
Well, they join up. It's a work of passion, isn't it, up front for Elisa Longo Borghini? Nice way of putting it. No more passionate bike rider, no more experienced bike rider. And it would appear no more talented bike rider as well. Different approach to her training through the winter, but ultimately it's led to the same result. A rider who is imperious on Jebel Hafeet. Her pursuers, ones and twos now. Liv AlUla potentially just dropping back into the clutches of Femke De Vries and Monica Trinca Colonel. Well, it's showing as a 15-second margin there. I'm not sure it's quite that big a gap between second and the third and fourth riders on the hill. But the gap is certainly well over half a minute now for Elisa Longo Borghini as the gradient eases ever so slightly. She's able to contemplate the big ring for the final couple of kilometres of this climb. She'll settle into the rhythm. She knows what's possible now. She knows she's the strongest on the mountain, and she knows how to measure it all the way to the line from here.
Yeah, she knows the climb. She knows the watts she has to push on the climb and keep especially. And knowing that she also made the difference gives her an extra boost of confidence to arrive to the finish line, and having also the time to salute.
Liv AlUla overhauled by De Vries and Monica Trinca Colonel, immediately dispensed with, so that's a huge effort made by the Polish rider it was all in for the win really, and she won't be that miffed by the fact that she's been distanced by the other two. She may indeed be able to recover and go back up to her, but she tried to stay with Elisa Longo Borghini for as long as she possibly could. It was all about trying to take the overall win. The Polish rider will feel that yeah, she's got decent form, maybe not the top form that she would have liked to take the win this week, but nonetheless she's thereabouts, and with hopes and dreams of further glory in the season. Meanwhile, 1500 metres to the top for the race leader and the reigning champion, and it would appear the champion-elect. The champion defence is on course. 1400 to the top for the team captain and the team leader of the UAE Team ADQ squad. Looking relaxed as Trinca Colonel and Femke De Vries look to, at this particular point of the climb, it's possible that they can get a benefit from going up and over and working together.
Working together. Yeah, it's not so hard in this final section. It's probably one of the easiest slopes that they will tackle, and for sure, like being with another rider also helps in maybe trying to recover some time, some seconds. In time, because Liv AlUla is on her own.
She's pedaling squares, and you wonder where indeed fifth place rider is on the hill, scattered all over this mountain at the moment. The Fisher Black was the final rider to be detached by this group, or the sort of fifth rider, if you want to say it. At any rate, under the kite, 1,000 metres remaining for Elisa Longo Borghini. Gradient becomes ever so slightly more challenging, so she goes to a lower gear ratio. She down on the small ring, you could see that her cadence just suddenly revved up there. Meanwhile, Monica Trinca Colonel having announced her presence as a general classification contender with fourth on this mountain 12 months ago, finishing 38 seconds down on Elisa Longo Borghini on that occasion. She's about 23 seconds down now, so there's every chance that she'll just maybe just close the deficit a bit, move up on general classification as well, and continue her trajectory of improvement as a top World Tour bike rider. Liv AlUla, though, over 3/4 of a minute down. It only seems a heartbeat ago since she was up front and challenging for glory. Monica Trinca Colonel spots an opportunity to put the breakout star of this particular event, Femke De Vries, a little bit further behind. De Vries, though, with a 3-second advantage on Trinca Colonel starting the day, but of course there are 2 extra bonus seconds available, so even finishing third, I think she'll manage to finish second in this race as long as she's with her, but she needs to be with Monica Trinca Colonel at the finish line. So that one's in doubt. Who's going to finish second? Who's going to finish third overall in this race? No doubt, I think, at this point, who's going to win this race overall? She's going to win stage honours and the overall. We've been talking about her all week. And finally, it's victory for the UAE Team ADQ squad after playing second fiddle to the SD Works team over the first 3 sprint stages. Now, come with the hour, come with the woman, and it is once again Elisa Longo Borghini inside the final moments of this beautifully produced display of stage race ability. It's glory once again on Jebel Hafeet for Elisa Longo Borghini. She has a little look over her shoulder, and now, at last, she can celebrate a triple success on Jebel Hafeet and victory in UAE Tour Women for 2026. Monica Trinca Colonel powers through the final bend, still has a bit of daylight between herself and Femke De Vries, so likely moving to second overall. If there's a separation between those two riders at the conclusion, I suspect there will. Cassiane Viadoma, racing solo, has fended off the rest just about, managing to hold off Niamh Fisher-Black for what's going to be fourth on the day and fourth in the bike race. Already in recovery mode and looking in control of her breathing. I think there's Cassiane Viadoma, just as I said, it wasn't Niamh Fisher-Black, it's actually Kim LaCourte. What a great recovery by LaCourte. She was detached early on in the climb, wasn't she?
Absolutely. She initially had the help of Justine Tequiere, but she was also like able to manage her efforts and just to pace up the climb really well, to the point to reach even Cassiane Viadoma. I think Cassia also just lost a bit of hopes during the last meters, and now we see Eleonora Chabocco also getting some extra second that can potentially make her wear the white jersey.
Yes, yeah. Eleonora Chabocco of the Team Picnic Post and L Squad, superb job done